Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. All right. So we got Carlos, and I would love it. I think Laura touched on this. I never spoke explicitly about this. Um, about using Chat GBT. I think I agree with what I think. Pretty sure I remember what Laura said. You know, my view of using AI to code at this stage, like I kind of feel like it's like using a really powerful tool. Like if you have if you're gonna build a house and you have this very powerful saw, you know, it's a great tool because you can shed through really thick wood or something like that. But it also makes it dangerous because you can put a hole in the wall without meaning to. um, so it's a great tool if you know what you're doing, you know. So I would recommend, for the most part, not really using it um, right now, but to each his own. Oh, Christian. I kept on trying to put Carlos Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez. Okay, great.
Okay,
All right, so I'm going to open up these rooms. So I'm thinking, Carlos, I might get started with folks going over JavaScript fundamentals. You can go with Christian, and then we'll like switch. That you can be with the JavaScript fundamental, and I'll go with kind of like we did last time,
yeah,
and see how
sure,
that
sure,
feels.
sure, sure, sure.
Um, so I have a Google document with some extensions. I'm gonna try to do better at keeping my Slack open in case you need me.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
I'm gonna put it in the chat here. If you can open that up, go ahead and open that up. Make sure you have access to it. Christian Graviel as well.
Yes, it opens.
Perfect. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So I will send you guys off, Christian Graviel and Carlos, and then let's see. Yeah. All right, and let me know. Opening
Sure.
that, and let me get my Slack open. Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna get started here. Um, cool. So who we got here? We got Brandon, Christian, Jackie, Shailene, Israel, Love, Drew, Brandon. How's your internet going, Brandon? Oh no, I jinxed it. I guess. Hopefully, it comes through. Um, alrighty, great. So I'm gonna share my screen. Um, any All right, sharing looks like it is. Okay, cool. So, any questions about so you guys primarily went over variables, it seems like. Um, any questions about what you guys went over with Carlos from the last time?
I mean, last time we were kind of just going through the exercises. The JavaScript
Right.
unit tutorial, I guess we ended off on like number 6 or 7.
Okay, I have that open. I was thinking I will kind of use that here, just to move faster, because some of them I think like we don't need to like, I don't know, waiting for people's code spaces, and then also some of the things I think they repeat, and we can kind of move forward. And this is number 6, string concatenation. All right. Let me start this up. Learn pack start. So no questions about what you guys went over last time?
No, I think it was pretty straightforward.
Cool. Was anybody able to do any work since that last class?
No, not really.
I'm sorry, did you want us to finish the tutorial, like the Learn Pack tutorial for JavaScript?
That could have been good use of time. Yeah, I think I said last class, if you guys can do some kind of work on it, I'm just working on JavaScript. Yeah, so but cool. So all right, string concatenation. So let's see what we got next. HTML, I think I would skip that. So we left off here. Let's see, something like this. You guys still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we could see it.
Perfect. So this is the one you guys left off with, it seems. So what was that?
Yeah, we got completed that one. Yep.
Cool. All right. So I think you guys redid this one here. Like you set this to something else. Set hello world. So you go like hello and then world. And then it did it. Run it. Hello world, yeah. Cool. Now let's see. Pretty HTML, I think I'll skip. Calling your first function. Cool. So let's take a stab at this one. That would be number 8. Okay, so we got this. Okay. So let's have this wheel thing Carlos was using, see if it works. Why can't I see anything? What the heck?
Whoa. Commercial. Maybe do a hard refresh.
Yeah.
Copy the names and do a hard refresh. Yep.
Okay, so there, great. Why is Brandon there twice?
Oh my.
Who did that? Who did that?
Well, what's the first one?
All right, Jackie. Jackie is going first. So the system is rigged, it seems. Okay. Okay, got this. And I'm going to share that in the Google chat. All right, so go ahead and click on that link in the Google chat, Jackie, and share your screen.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
All right, yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Oh,
Can you see it?
okay, there we go. Just took a moment, I guess.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we got the instructions in the top left. Call the function is odd and pass the number 45345 as its argument. All right.
Okay. Mm,
So you should change something in the bottom left. That's what you're working on.
yes, here, right?
Yeah.
And pass the number. So I have to do like I have to let a value. Um, I don't know if I have to let or see let a value.
Kinda, yeah. And so this kind of goes into the thing I was talking about before. You know, a function like we have here is called isodd. It's almost like a recipe. You know, put 2 cups of water and then put rice, blah blah blah. It's telling it to do things, but like a recipe is only something written down on the paper, and it's not going to make rice. It's the instructions to make rice. So when you have a function, you need to call it. You see the function says call the function, which means like on line 7, we see the name of the function is called isOdd because you put the keyword function and then the name of it is called isOdd. So when you say call the function, that means put the name of the function, like on line 7, and then put the parentheses. And that's what makes the rice. You know, that's what makes it actually happen.
Oh, so I only have to put this number inside the brackets.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't have to type anything after that?
The console log.
No.
Right, console log is odd.
Okay. Right. Sure. Because you want to console log it. Yeah. Yeah. What happened? Can you click apply changes? Okay. Cool. And so, but I mean, who cares about the console log? Like, that doesn't really matter. What matters here is, yeah, you put the number there. And so, okay, so first thing, a function is like a recipe. It doesn't do anything unless you call it, which is line 7. You put the name of the function in parentheses. Cool. Now, sometimes a function has what we call a parameter. If you look at line 1, you see it says my number.
Yeah.
That's a parameter because it's something inside of the parentheses where the function is how do you say that? The function is, what's the word? Defined. That's what it is. Defined. Like line 1 all the way to line 4, we're defining a function. We're giving it a name and we're giving it instructions. So coders will refer to that as defining the function. And like I already said, on line 7, we're calling it. We're saying, okay, boom, go, do the thing. Yeah. So inside the parentheses, when you define the function, if you put something inside the parentheses, it's called a parameter. In this case, we have my number. Anyone remember what I said about parameters?
Yeah, parameters are basically like what the function does. No?
No, not quite. What the function does is what's inside the curly brackets. You see on line 2 and on line 4, there's those curly brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's in between those is what the function is going to do.
So it's essentially what the function needs, right? To run. That's what the parameters would be.
You're getting closer. Yeah, that's not wrong.
Which like essentially like what you need to put in the blender, I guess per se, with your analogy.
Kind of, sort of. Well, sometimes it's not that it's always necessary. It depends. But I mean, that's not neither here nor there. But what it is, my analogy for the parameter, it's like an empty box that has no value, but it has a title. Like imagine a box that you wrote in permanent marker, my number. Okay. It has no value in it. It has nothing inside the box. It's an empty variable, basically. And the only way you can give it a value, the only way you can put something inside the box is when you call the function. So where are we calling the function here? What line? What number?
Return line 3.
No, remember, defining the function is
One.
one thing.
7.
And
Yeah.
you're calling it in
Oh,
7.
got
and
you,
put the
got you,
number.
got you.
That's what we call calling it when you
Got you.
put the same name of the function in parentheses. That's what makes it go. And so anyways, that's how you give a parameter a value when you call it. So you notice on line 7, we're calling it, and then Jackie put the number inside the parentheses. Now what that does is going to take that number she put there, 45345, and put it inside the parameter box on line 1. All right.
Okay.
And so now on line 3, where it says my number, now the value of on line 3, my number is 45345 because she put it in the thing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions about that?
Mm,
Cool. It'll be something we get used to little by little. Any other questions about that? Clarifying things?
So the my number basically is just a placeholder for any number you type in when you output it out.
That's a good word, placeholder. And so sometimes a function absolutely requires that placeholder, or sometimes not. It depends on the function. Functions are so customizable. You can make it that your function needs it, or it might not. It depends. Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
okay.
So nice. Thanks, Jackie, for sharing your screen.
Thanks.
Now, you know what? Let's do something. What do I have? Share your screen one more time, Jackie.
Okay.
Let's see. This is fun. Yeah. All right. Click on the link I'm going to send you in the Google chat. Cool.
I'll just volunteer to go next.
Spin it. We got to be a democracy. Drew. Better look next time, Christian. All right, cool. Drew, go ahead and share your screen. Hola, nene.
Mira,
Es un ratón.
ratón.
Sí. All right. And the numbers. Yeah, this will be a good one.
Hola, Sasa.
All right. So who was it again? Drew, right? Drew's
Drew.
SEM presenting. Perfect.
Los
me see here. I'm about to update this thing in a second. Sure. So functions are amazing tools. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Let's see. Create new function. All right, here we go. So
We're on 9, right?
on 10, and I'm about to put that here.
Oh, we skipped 9.
Yeah. Add numbers. Wait, what the heck is going on here? Create a new function. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna add that, and then I'm gonna run it. Okay. Okay, so instructions. Here we go. All right. All right, so go, can you go to the JS Fiddle? Is that link still there? In the Google chat. Yeah, there, JS Fiddle. Things being slow, Jesus Christ. Wow, this is something. Quick apply changes. Bear with me here. Okay, never mind. Go back to your thing since you had it open already. And go to the
Pero bájale un poco.
I thought you had it open. While he's getting that up, I'm gonna put this in the Google chat. Can someone open that? Anybody, and tell me what they see in the JavaScript section on the bottom left?
like read what it says.
Uh-huh.
The running fiddle undefined. You mean like in the white box on the left?
No, I mean the JavaScript bottom left section.
Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Function add numbers.
Great, it updated. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go back one exercise, Drew. Short introduction. So what? It says your first if state. Can you go back one exercise? Create new function. Cool. All right. I don't know if. All right. So is that the same one? Let's just start reading. So as you know, functions are a useful block of code. Can be reused as many times as you need. That's function. They receive 2 arguments and they return their sum. Okay, go ahead and scroll down. Learn some more. Consider this function. Hello, my name. Kind of like what we just talked about. There's an argument and it passes it to the parameter, and that's a new value. Cool. Keep going down. Instructions. Complete the function short introduction, which returns a short introduction of you. The function will ask for 3 arguments: name, profession, and age. And concatenation should be as follows. Hello, my name is, and then your name. My profession is profession. I am age years old. Finally, inside the console, I'll call the function with the data in the correct order to finish the exercise. Did you do this already?
No, we haven't done this.
Seems like you did, because it says Drew.
Well, yeah, I have already completed most of this. Well, not all of it, but some of it.
Okay, so you did this one. All right, so yeah, let's look at your answer there. If you can make it full screen, and can you make the close the instructions? Yeah, and talk us through this. How is this working as much as you understand, and
All right, as
make sure
much as I understand, so I guess name, you will be calling on name from the function itself and implementing your name in the console log. So your name would basically stand as name, and developer will be your profession because you're calling each one, I guess, in the console log. Like name here, then I'm console logging my name as Drew. Profession, developer, of course, and then age 29.
right. Yeah. And so this is something else to learn about parameters. So like I said, it's a empty box, an empty variable, a placeholder. That someone who was that Christian said that. And as we can see, you can add more than one parameter. And when you do that, order does matter. So on line 1, the first placeholder is name, and then it's profession, and then it's age. So that's why on line 7, when you put Drew first, and then you put developer, and then you put 29, all those values correspond to those placeholders up there. Yeah. Any questions about that? All right, great. Well, let's move on then. I'm gonna spin this wheel. Who we got? Jackie again. Oh, it just got to Shailene. I know we didn't see it, but it was almost Jackie again. Shailene, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. The first if statement. Cool.
Are you sending a fiddle or?
I'll send the fiddle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good one. I like this. They don't give you a lot. All right, and then here I'm gonna get this.
Mira, el pañal puesto.
¿Tú tienes el pañal puesto?
Sí.
Ok.
Voy a hacer popó.
Ah, tú vas a hacer popó.
Mm,
Ay, Dios mío.
Mira.
All right. So we
Esta,
got this.
mira.
Save. And now, is it a new link? Oh, it is. Interesting. So click on the last link I sent in Google Chat.
¿Está mirando?
Perfect.
¿Está mirando?
Sí, papi, estoy leyendo. All right, so let's check this out. Once the user inputs, so have you looked over any conditional statements, Shailene?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, so go ahead and read the instructions and see how we can tackle this.
Once the user inputs an amount, one of the following responses will be printed to the console. If there are more than 100 kilometers left to go, we answer, we still have a bit of driving left to go. If there are more than 50 kilometers, but less or equal to 100 kilometers, we answer, we'll be there in 5 minutes. If there are less than or equal to 50 kilometers, we answer, I'm parking, I'll see you right now.
All right, nice. So we know the what do you call that? The comparison things equal to, and so can you put them for us in the HTML section?
Here?
Yeah, you could enter and then put what are the different ones we got.
You mean the distances to write them?
No, you can just like list them and you just talk through them.
So like less than, greater than,
right?
Equal to, less than, equal to, stuff like that.
Oh. And that's it, right?
And then equal to, like just when it's the same.
Oh, this?
Yeah, two equal signs.
Then
Exactly.
not equal to.
Oh, right. There you go. Good. I forgot about that.
That one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Awesome. All right, cool. So let's start tackling this. So now you can start adding your code there.
So, okay, this, I don't know how to start it. I honestly, the ifs are not my favorite, along with.
So go with if.
Yeah, it can get messy sometimes. All right, so let's see. If there are more than 100 kilometers left to go, let's just do that. Let's just do that first one.
So if
total.
Say it again.
If total.
Oh, if total.
Yeah.
It said 50 or 100.
Well, first of all, the format of if, right?
Yeah. But you have to
What's the structure of an if statement?
Yeah, you have
If enough.
you have to close it. So put it in parentheses. Yeah.
Nice.
So if total is greater than or equal to.
Before we get into that, actually, so make it empty again for now, and then to the right, go to the right once and put curly brackets, and now hit enter. So the structure here is if, and then you put the condition inside the parentheses. That's where you can say if it's greater than or less than or equal or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if that condition is true, then you do whatever's inside of those curly brackets. So yeah.
Total is greater than or
greater than or equal to the
100.
first. Yeah.
Greater than equal to 100.
Yeah, and you can. I would say when you have something written like this, you can organize it, or this could also represent what you mentally think about in your mind. So on line 3 in the HTML section, try to organize that like using your enter button to a way that organizes it. Keep it closed like that. That's fine, but just like organize it, like indent it or enter, so it like logically makes. I would say almost.
No, I would say equal to. The first one should be equal to, right?
Wait, let's go back to the HTML thing. Organize it a little more, so that line 3. Line
How
3.
do you organize? Like make it in one line?
No. What I mean is organize the sentence, the words on line 3 and 4 in a way that is easy to like follow. Like,
like if on the first line and then under we answer. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That makes more sense now. It's easier to follow because it says if
it's two separate. Okay.
This thing happens, then we answer blah blah blah. Yeah. Cool. And so now we can take lines 3 and 4 and look at our code on the JavaScript to make sure it matches. So it says if total is greater than or equal to 100, and we can look back up at the writing, line 3 on HTML. It says that if there are more than 100, if we are more than 100 kilometers left to go.
So it has to be greater than.
Yeah.
So just greater than 100?
Yeah. Based on the language of the instructions. If there are more than 100, not if there's 100 or more.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so what are we going to do inside of that if statement if that happens? Based on the writing of
we would write, we'll still have a bit of journey to go.
Yeah, console log it. Nice. Perfect. All right, let's get somebody else.
Alex, I don't know if you're talking. Your thing is on mute.
Just realized it. Shailene, if you could save your fiddle on the top right next to the run button, if you hover over, it says save fiddle. Looks like a cloud with the arrow pointing up.
Oh yeah.
Save that.
It asks us how many kilometers left to go. Just put anything.
No, don't worry about that. Oh, okay. So on the, let me see what happens if I do this. No. Can you click on, so right next to the save thing, is there something that says share? Like one of the icons says share? Collaborate, I mean.
Collaborate on this fiddle, yeah.
Yeah, click that. And it should give you a link.
Oh yeah, it does.
And put
send it.
And put in the Google chat, yeah. In Israel, you can click on that.
Okay.
Yeah, great. And then share your screen, Israel.
Okay, got
Mama.
Gracias. I think you can share your entire. Okay. It's usually easier to just share your entire screen so you don't have to flip it. But anyway. Okay, cool.
What did you say?
Yes, Papa. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Something happened with my headphones.
All right, cool. All right, nice. So let's tackle the next part. We took care of one condition. Let's move to the next one.
Okay. So if there are more than 3.
Oh, but remember we have the if and else thing. Anybody know about that? Israel or anybody else?
Oh, I think it will be else if, and at the end we put else, because else is we use else if none of the one above met. So it will be else if, I think, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. If there are more than 50 kilometers, more than.
You have to put it as else if, or just else.
I think it's else if, and you put else at the end, because with else, with else, it's like you just stop the statement, because if none of the above are met, you use else. Something like
Yeah.
that, right, Alex?
Exactly. Nicely said. Yeah. Else is like, if none of the other conditions are true, then do this, basically. Yeah.
True, that's the word. No.
Okay.
Total then 50, but less or equal to. So I think here I use the and. Like no, like
yeah.
This, right?
Right.
Less or equal. Less or equal, it would be with this.
Mm-hmm.
To find the kilometer and the console log. The console log. Console log this. We will be there in 5 minutes.
Perfect. Right. Go ahead and save it with the arrow pointing up in the cloud next to the run button.
Okay.
And now click the collaborate button, which is right next to the right of that save button, and go ahead and paste it in the chat. All right, sweet. Now I'm gonna pick the next person. Ooh, Shailene again. All right. I guess I'll start removing people. Let me go again. So Christian just went. Jackie went. Wait, no, Christian didn't go, did he? No.
No, I haven't gone.
Israel.
No, that was Israel.
Israel.
Yeah, when you did, because I'm kind of like I did that on mine, but I get it.
Drew. So wait,
No, Christian, not
Oh.
Israel.
Yeah.
I like said it, so that's why I like wrote it. My brain was like so love sincere Christian. Yeah, that makes sense, right? That looks right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
I can't tell. Oh, I was like, I can't tell. Let me see. I'm gonna try. And can you guys see my screen? Is it sharing?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one is if there are less than or equal to 50 kilometers, we answer I'm parking. I'll see you right now. Okay. So I think I always get confused. So is this still an if or is it an else?
If there's a condition, I mean, it depends. We could study it. You know,
Okay.
it could potentially be.
If it's more than 50 but less than 100. More than if they're less than or equal to 50. So what's an else? It has to. If it's not the same as the very first if, then it everything after it continues to be an else.
You want to try to clarify again, Israel? Seemed like you had a good understanding.
So yeah, I think you basically use else because you already have the first two conditions. So yeah, you just put else. I think, and I think you don't need to put the how is that called? You know, the greater than or less
The
than.
parentheses?
No, not the parentheses. You know, that is called the parameters. What it says total greater than or less than. How is that called?
Like condition?
Exactly. I think you don't need to put the conditions, right? Because if none of the if or else if are met or are true, you can put just else with the parentheses empty and just console log the I'm parking. I don't know. I think it's like that because
Okay.
I think it's like that. Is that true,
Okay.
Alex?
Yeah, if you use an else statement, that means there's no condition. Yeah.
Okay, that means it's not meeting the other condition, so you technically wouldn't have to write.
Right.
Okay. So else. If they're less than or equal to 50. So I don't have to put anything in the parentheses. It's from
Well, so there's no
I'm understanding.
parentheses. There's no parentheses actually.
Oh, okay. I don't even put the parentheses. I
that's
just go
what
straight to the brackets. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Else. Oh no. So what do I put in the? Oh no. Okay. Just kidding. Oh, sorry. My computer just did something. Did I delete something?
I don't think so. It just typed it on line 3 instead of on there.
Oh, okay. checking. Okay.
I think you're
I
missing
just
a
need
bracket. Line
I'm
3.
missing.
Line 3 is missing one of the a left bracket, I think.
Oh, so I did delete something. Oops. Okay.
nice catch.
After the
Online. Oh,
100. Yeah,
okay. Thank you.
no problem.
So just to clarify, else if is like if it has another possible condition, and else
Yeah,
if is there isn't any.
right.
Okay, just want to clarify.
You need quotes on line 10 for the inside the console.
Oh, okay.
For the string.
Yeah. Yeah, and so sometimes with certain scenarios, you really have to think very carefully about, is it an else? Is it an else if? Because in certain circumstances, maybe there's no other conditions, but if you put else if you put else, because you have to think about when you have a website, there's so many possibilities of how someone's going to use your website. You don't know what number they're going to put. You don't know how they're going to type the thing or whatever it is. So sometimes you have to be very strict about what conditions, because yeah, but sweet. So that is the conditions there. Any questions about that, if and else and all that? Cool. Yeah, it can get even weirder, but as long as you got that basic understanding down, and we'll get practice with it more, things will start to make more sense. All right. So
Alex,
yeah.
so we can use as many variables as we want. For example, we have like 4 or 3 cases. We can use if and then 3 times if and then at the end else,
Yeah, you
right?
can use as many as you want. Yeah.
Okay, but if we have for example 5 cases, um, there's always is gonna be like starting with if, then you use else if, and then the last one is always else, or it all depends.
Say it one more time.
For example, if I have 5 cases, like I have more than, how you call them, like, yeah, like cases. Always when you start, you always use if for the first case, and then I have like 4 more, so I will use else if for the 3, and then the last one, the last case, you always use else, right? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to
Yeah, I
explain.
understand. It can depend. Like, I think you can, like, if you want to use if and then after use else if,
Hmm.
that's when those two conditions are connected in some way. You specifically want it to start with the first if, and only if that condition isn't met, then it goes down to the else if.
Else if. Okay.
It's connected, but you can, in a function or something, you can put two different if statements. If
Also, it all
blah blah blah
depends.
do this, and then below that say if blah 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 do that, and they aren't really connected, so both of them can happen.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's when you can choose if you want to use else if or just two if statements or whatever. So you can manipulate it in that way.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, definitely. Let's see here. That's more practice. I think I'm going to move on though. Let's see. Random numbers. Definitely need this. All right. So Okay, yeah. So who was going next? I didn't choose yet. Christian or Brandon? I'm gonna flip it here. Looks like it's gonna be Brandon. Yeah. All right, Brandon. Go ahead and
All right.
you can click on just the most recent JS Fiddle. Well, actually, no. Give me a second, actually.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Go ahead and just do it. It's fine.
Okay. The last one I have here is the function add numbers one. Like it won't update anymore for me.
That's fine because we're doing a new one now. It's not going to be
Okay.
else if thing anymore.
Okay, gotcha. Hold on.
Cool. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be using this for the project tomorrow. So go ahead and you can get rid of the HTML stuff and get rid of the JavaScript stuff. And do math.random. Sorry, uppercase M. All right, and console log that actually. Cool. And so we're going to be talking about how to generate a random number and how to make it go from like between 1 and 5 or 50 and 100 or whatever. And the first step is to understand math.random. So go ahead and run this and let's look at the console. All right, so check out what it gave us down there.
Okay. All right. 0.939854, etc., etc.
And run it again.
All right. 0.640163, etc.
Right. So it gives us a random crazy decimal, right? So from there, what could we do to make it not like a decimal? Like notice they're both 0 point something. So what kind of math can we use to
have it rounder or something like that?
Yeah.
Can we use? I think I read it in the pre-work, math.trunk or something like that. Trunk to truncate it, or no?
I don't know, maybe, but we could multiply it, you know, because when you multiply something, it moves the decimal.
Oh, true. So we could do like 100. Move it to a whole number.
Cool. So yeah, inside the console log, times that by 100. All right, and run that. All right.
So 97. Okay. Or we could even do 10 too, right?
And keep running it a few times.
Okay. 3.40. Right. 1.94.
And by the way, this is the good thing about console logs. When you don't know how something works, you should console log it, run the function, and see what it's giving you. But anyway.
Okay.
All right, cool. So it seems like depending on what you multiply it by, it can give you that range. You did it by 10 and it never goes above 10. If you do it by 100, it seems like it won't go past 100.
Right.
And so now, to get rid of the extra decimals, if you just want a normal number, we have math.floor and math.ceiling. So this is kind of a little messy. So hit enter on that console to give us some space to type on the top. Okay, and on top of there, create a variable called something like random, I guess, or something like that, and take the code out of that console log and paste it there for that variable. All right, and now instead of that, you can put the variable name in the console. Cool. All right, so now you can inside the console to the left of the variable name random, you can do math.floor.
You said to the left of the variable name?
Inside the console.
Oh, okay. Okay. So like
A capital F, a capital M again.
Floor, parentheses.
Correct.
Ooh. Okay.
And now let's run that.
Okay, 82.
Yeah, so it rounds it down.
Down, okay.
Cool. And you can also do math.ceil, short for ceiling, and it rounds it up. So if the crazy decimal we got from the math.random was, 66.5, and you put math.ceiling, it'll put 66.5 and round it up to 67, and then floor, vice versa.
Ooh. So is it just ceil like this or ceiling?
Well, let me look it up. I think it's CEIL. I think. Yeah, CEIL.
CE. Oh, spelled it wrong. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah, and like you said, it can't go above 100. So because we multiplied it by 100. Cool.
Right. And so, yeah. And so if we wanted to, let's make it by 10 to make it simple. Instead of times 100, do times 10. And so go ahead and run that a few times. Okay, so it's a bunch of numbers. So if we wanted to make it, I don't know, between 5 and 10, for example, we can add 5 to it. So after times 10, you can put plus 5. I think you got to put it in parentheses.
Oh, yep. So let's see. Plus 5.
Like that, yeah. And I'll run that a few times.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'll put an extra parentheses. Okay, so 10, 8. So what it's doing is it's taking that random math.random times 10, and then adding 5 before adding that ceiling function to it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and so, this is something, if you need to do this, you can just Google it. How do you get a random number between blah and blah? And, that'll be an easy search. And but that's just kind of how it works.
So, for example, like if you were coding like a dice game or something like that, this would come in handy, right? When you got to kind of randomize the dice.
Yeah. Okay. And so you don't need to like memorize this and feel like, you can just Google it, and and I think that's like, real world, like that's what I would do. Yeah. Any questions about that? Anybody?
I just had a quick question for because I saw that Brandon used const, so why does that work? Because I think maybe I'm confused about how const works, because I thought like the value wouldn't change, or I don't know.
Well, every time he runs it, it generates a new value. Because the reason why it's changing is because math.random is a function that generates a random number. So each time he runs, it's generating the JavaScript is right. Like
got you. So it's like every time. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Alex.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, just to add to the question. So essentially, what you're saying is, because it's its own event, um, it wouldn't matter if I use const. However, if it was like one huge event or huge function where I needed multiple things to happen, including the change of that variable, const would be a problem, right?
Yeah. So if you get rid of the math dot random, keep the variable random, but get rid of the stuff after the equal sign.
On
That
this side or
the
the other
right
side?
side. And
Okay.
put like 5 or something. And in the console log, only console log random. Only the variable by itself.
Okay, and leave it with let.
Yeah, so go ahead and run this. So as we could expect, that's 5. So
Yep.
after line 1, put random equals 3.
Oh, okay. After line 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Random.
So with variables, you can reassign it with the way Brandon just do it. So if we console log it now, it's going to be 3.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if you change it to a const,
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
And I don't know if
Okay.
this is going to be an error, just not work. Yeah, it's an
Down.
error.
Yep. Assignment to constant variable. Yep. There we go.
So that's that distinction.
Okay, I understand. I got it.
Awesome. All right, sweet.
What does that random 3 do there? That's the output?
Oh, no. Oh, go ahead.
Well, what's your specific question, Christian?
I'm just confused with that. If you have the constant random already on line 1, doesn't that do the job?
Yeah, we were showing an example of why you're using let versus const. And we're showing that the way it is right now, it wouldn't change it because it's a const.
All right.
Versus let, yeah.
But if we change, like on line 1, if we change that to let instead of const, line 3 would actually change it. So that's what we're exploring there. Sweet.
Cool.
All right, awesome. So great. I'm gonna share my screen now. We got 15 minutes until our break. Okay. Cool. So now we're gonna get into some loops. Well, maybe we'll focus on arrays actually, because you're not doing any loops in the project. I mean, we're gonna have to go over that at some point for sure, but let me see here. Let me look here. GitHub. Yeah, you're generating a random number, assigning it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So actually, let's have. I'll stop sharing, and we'll have Christian share your screen. All right, so go ahead and let me see if there's anything here. No. So go to the JS fiddle. That's in the Google chat.
The one from Israel?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
All right, great. I'm gonna give you something in the chat right here. And all right. So what? That didn't even try again. Well, just copy that. Go to Google Chat and copy what I sent you. All right. So I did not do this on purpose, but this could be cool. How can we fix this array? Have we worked with arrays yet? Any pre-work or whatever?
Yeah, we did some with
Briefly.
Carlos.
Cool.
Briefly, yeah.
So I would like to say that I purposely made a bad array for you guys to practice fixing it, but I just got lazy. But yeah, you can get rid of the other stuff there in the JavaScript. But let's fix this array really quick.
You have to put.
Is that a plus sign? I can't see anything with this crazy.
It is a plus sign.
Okay. All right. So it's not a plus sign. That's not the way to fix it. But how do
I think it
we?
was missing a comma and a quote. It was missing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Perfect. Yeah. So in an array is how well. How do we know it's an array?
Because it's in that bracket.
Right, the square bracket. And so in an array, you can have a list of things, whether it be a string or numbers or whatever. And they're all separated by a comma. Yeah.
I have a quick
Great.
question.
And so,
Sorry. What's the difference? Because you said a string is also in quotations, right?
Right.
So an array is just basically multiple quotations in the bracket?
Yeah. Well, so the way you would describe this, what we're looking at, is an array of strings.
Right. So.
And you can mix and match. So, for example, in that array, Christian, after pineapple in the quote, put a comma and put like a number, any number.
You talking to me?
Christian.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because Christian's sharing. Christian, you there?
Hey, sorry. Can you repeat that? My network kind of cut off.
Oh, got you. After pineapple, put a comma and then put a number. Any number you want. Cool. So you can do that. So this is a list of things, and so whether it's a string or a number or otherwise, you separate it by commas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So an array is like a list of, and a string is like a 2% text.
One whole one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We can even put objects in here. You can put different things. But yeah. So how would we, if we want to console log orange, how do we do that? Like from the array, not like writing it on our own. So you would put console log for sure, but how would we use the array to console log the orange item?
Is this one where you have?
I think we.
The
Go ahead.
position?
Yeah, the position.
Position.
Yep.
So go ahead and clarify, love. What do you mean by that?
Oh, so it's like so the positions here, it starts with so you said orange, so it would be like 0 for apple, 1 for orange,
Yeah, it'd be like
2 for pineapple. But how do you? I don't remember how do you holds
Would it
that
be my
together.
array one?
That's one piece. Good.
Right.
So
I think it would be
my
my
array
array
one.
bracket then one.
Yeah.
Oh, like whatever your variable is called, named, and then the position.
Good.
Array bracket. Then you put one in the bracket. There you go. And then
I wonder if that's gonna work.
does it matter if there's a space? Oh,
I guess not.
cool.
Gives me anxiety, but
Yeah.
I guess it worked.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you put the name of the array and then one. Awesome. So yeah, let's go to the next person. Can you? So let's before you stop sharing your screen, save it. It's next to the run button. That one. Yep. Save that, and then now click the collaborate to the right, and paste that in the Google chat. Cool. And anybody, maybe we'll go back to who went first. I feel like Jackie went first. Yeah. So Jackie, why don't you share your screen?
Yes. Can you see it? Hello?
Yes, we see it.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, so all right, quickly, how would we console log the number 3 from the array?
The number 3. So Apple is
Mhm.
0, 1, 2, 3. So
Right.
3.
Good. Go run that. Make sure that works.
I can see the terminal.
I don't see it in your thing, but take my word for it, that works. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me look at something real quick. Give me a sec here. All right, so okay. Okay, cool. So now, let me do something really quickly here. All right, so delete everything in the HTML.
Uh-oh.
Oh, actually, okay, cool. That's fine. Keep it like that. But so now, let's try something. So go back to the JavaScript down there, and delete the console log. And let's do make a new variable, and let's call it index.
Like bar?
Sure. A variable, by the way, can use the var keyword, const, or let. But anyway, so you can use var, and let's give it a name, index.
Okay.
Oh no, so var, it should be var space index and then an equal sign.
Index. Okay.
And let's give it 2, the value of 2. All right, now hit enter. So now I want you to use the var index, the index variable, to console log pineapple.
Okay. Could you repeat it? That now you need that the console log print pineapple? Hello? Hello?
So I want you to console log the pineapple from my array, but you can't write the number 2. How would you do that? You can only use what you have inside the JavaScript box. Definitely possible, but what I gave you. But you can't, like, in the console log, you can't put the number 2.
I cannot
something else.
put the number 2.
Right.
So wouldn't it be like
So
my
like
array?
I have to write the index?
Right. Well, that's part of it. Like, I want you to, the console log, I want to see the word pineapple come up.
Bar index?
Well, try it. Run that and see what it does. And if that shows the word pineapple, then it worked. And if not, you have to, yeah, your thing is being, I'll just say no. That's not the word pineapple.
Okay.
So what do you think will happen if you run right now and you put the word index? What do you think you'll see? I'll be the console log for you since it's not working. You'll see the number 2 right now.
Okay.
But I want you to show me the word pineapple.
So you would use index as the position.
And
then
so it would be
my array would be a variable, and then index would be inside the array, inside the brackets. So yeah, console log my array index.
Index between brackets.
In the brackets. The square brackets.
Square brackets.
And would it be quotation marks over index?
No, because we want it to be the variable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would work. And so this is something we have to get used to, you know. You should be able to mentally, in your mind, when you look at line 3 right there, my array index, your mind should understand, okay, the word index is actually the number 2, you know, because index is a variable from line 2, you know.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I got you.
Right. So yeah, cool. So we'll start taking a break now, 7:30, and we'll come back for 7:50.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome, guys.
Thank you.
See you guys soon.
See you. Bye.
All right, everybody, we can start heading back now. Okay. So let me just to see what we're going to be working on. Okay, so log in. All right. Domain name generator. Let me look at that one again. Okay. So domain generator, let's see. Okay, yep, we're gonna be using loops there. That's the next class. All right, let me be sure of that. Anybody work with loops yet with JavaScript?
We practice in the pre-work,
Okay,
but I don't remember.
sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking I might, that's definitely 1,000% useful, but we're not gonna use it in the project coming up, but the one after that. And we have 2 days to work on that. So yeah, I think I'll wait for that. Okay, so therefore, what do they got for you in the 4Geeks? Let me see. I think a good thing to work on would be the JavaScript functions tutorial. Yeah. So would we want to do it as a group? Like we open up the Learn pack for the next JavaScript section and people share the screen, or we could all work on it individually and kind of call out when you need something. Pros and cons to both ways. So what are people's thoughts?
As a
In
group,
which
if everyone's comfortable with that.
Shailene and then Jackie.
I said as a group, if everyone is comfortable with that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down for that. What about you, Jack? What did you say, Jackie?
well, I want to ask if you refer to the code space where we were practicing, or what?
Yeah, it's the on JavaScript practice
Which
JavaScript functions tutorial.
form?
It's on the excuse generator module.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's start that up. If anybody prefers to work on that individually, feel free, and you can kind of shout out if you have a question, and if you want to do it as a group, we could start doing it. So
I think I'm gonna try to work on it individually.
sounds good.
Because I think I learned better that way.
Yeah. That's why I bring it up. We all have, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so feel free anytime to let me know if you got a question.
okay.
Actually, I think I'll do the same too.
Sounds good.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty. Cool. So Christian, Drew, you guys riding with us? Ready to do it as a group?
No, I'm gonna do it individually.
All right. How about you, Drew?
I guess individually, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So whenever one of you are ready, Jackie or Shailene, let's share your screen.
Okay. Jackie, how far did you get? Because I was working on it a little bit yesterday.
Cool.
I am trying to open my code space.
All right.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah, go ahead and feel free to share your screen, Shailene.
this is where I got stuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can zoom in. Nice. All right. Oh yeah, this is a fun one.
I learned technically. Okay. So I started to read it, and then when it was showing, let's go down. So basically, it's saying I have to use this function as well as this function
Mm-hmm.
in order to find the value of 137 yen.
In yen. Okay, yeah.
So euro.
Oh, I think no. So you have that for you already. It's on line 4.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
So to get the euro value.
Yeah. So this is kind of like this is almost like a thinking exercise. It's not even
Yeah.
so specific to functions.
So I would have to use this one first then,
Right. So
in order to convert it to the yen at the end.
yeah. So let's see. Oh wait, scroll. What's the instruction say again? Use the two functions. Calculate the value of $137 to yen. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to take $137
In the console log, right?
and we have to convert it to yen.
Yeah.
So if it was something simple like for every $1, it is 2 yen. If it was that simple, it would just be 130. What was it?
37.
137 times 2. But we don't have a conversion like that available to us. So we have to look at what we do have.
Which is just these two.
Right. So which one of those functions works with US dollars?
Dollar to euro.
Right. And so what does that do exactly?
So whatever, it will convert it.
Yeah, convert what to what?
So convert dollars to euro.
Cool. All right.
All right. So it would be dollars to euro here first.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Right. Dollars to euro. Would it be? Am I using something from one of these as well? I would think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I think a good first step is to just think it through, like without putting the actual code first. So we know they're telling us to start with $137.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do with $137 in that function dollar to euro?
What can we do?
So you have $137. So what? What's going to happen now?
We want to change it to see how much it is in yen.
That's the goal, right? And so you identified that the only function here that works with dollars is line 1, dollar to euro.
Mm-hmm.
And you described it that it's going to take a dollar amount and convert it to a euro amount.
So it wouldn't be that one then.
Well, let's just see what we have available to us. So if you have you have a euro amount, what can you do anything with a euro amount? So let's notate this down. So get rid of line 8 for now. Let's just make some notes. So like you have put $137. Just write that. Cool. And then hit enter. And then we're going to take the function dollar to euro. And so we said that's going to convert that dollar amount to a euro amount.
Mm-hmm.
So let's.
You have to multiply this. I mean, with that then.
Yeah. Well, let's do something simple. Maybe let's just pretend for every $1, there's 2 euros. So what would happen mathematically? Put it on line 10.
You said every $1, 2 euros.
Yeah. This just to try to wrap our heads around this. So if that were the case, hit enter after that line, and what would happen? We would use the function dollar to euro, and what math would happen?
Multiplication.
So what would be multiplied?
The 2 with the 1.
Cool. So go ahead and just like write that out. Well,
Well,
not 2
1
times
times
1, but what? Okay, cool. Great. So that's a hypothetical, and like, what kind of code would we use to? Okay, well, maybe we'll get to that next. So, okay, so now let's just put some number. Let's just pretend it's let's say so it's almost 150. 150 times is 300. Whatever. 100. Let's just pretend it's 100 and no 200 and it's almost 200. Less than 400. Let's just say 380. Let's just pretend it's 380. So 380 what now?
Euro.
Okay, so let's pretend now
So
we have this euro amount. What can we do with that? What other functions are there around us?
do we have to multiply the dollar value? So like 137 for the dollar to euro.
Yeah, yeah, we're kind of mapping it out, like what can happen. Um, yeah, I think what did they call this? It doesn't matter. There's some term for what we're doing from line 8 to 12. We're just kind of like,
Name it out.
yeah, there's some word, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. So let's pretend now that function dollar to euro gave us how many euros is $137 worth.
380.
Cool. So we'll pretend it's that. What can we do with that now? What other functions are there available? Okay, euro to yen. And what does that do?
So that will make the 380
Let's pretend it's times 3 or something.
times, yeah.
And so 400 times 3 is 1200. So it's less than that. So maybe let's just say 1,000 or something. Whatever. Okay, and that would be what?
Yen.
Cool. So we started with dollars on line 8, and now we're at yen. So mission accomplished.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of the thread there. So now we need to convert that. I think that concept to the code. So let's break this into sections. So how could we separate all those notes you took? What are like the different parts there?
this would be like function. If it doesn't comment out.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more simple, just like hitting enter to like space them out.
Each of them? All right.
Like what makes sense? What should you group together? Because right now it's all stuck together. So like, where would it make sense to like separate them? That looks like it goes together. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. So let's start at the beginning. We have $137, and then we're gonna put that to the function dollar to euro. So how would you do that?
So in the it would be printed, right? This is like towards the end. Or is this writing a function all over?
Let's worry about console log later. So just like dollar to euro can convert a dollar value to a euro, but how would that work? How would you use the function dollar to euro?
Maybe, I think.
It's a good start to think. So
Would it have to be dollar value?
no. So dollar value is a parameter. And let's try to think back. So, okay, let's think back to functions. What was my analogy about a function? It's like a what?
Recipe.
Recipe, right? So a recipe can say 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice, or something like that, but it's not going to actually make the rice. So how do we make the function actually do something?
You have to call it.
Call it. So how do you call it? Nice. Almost, but the only difference is you don't need the let.
Right.
Yeah. So there you're calling the function right there. You put the name of it and you put the parentheses. Sweet.
And then equals.
Not equals. So what is the word to describe on line 1 dollar value? What is that?
Function.
Oh,
you said parameter. Sorry.
Parameter, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And what was my analogy for that? What's a parameter?
I'm not sure.
Like a empty box. Oh, someone said a placeholder. Said it even better. It's like a placeholder.
Like a placeholder.
Okay. And so what's the only way to give that empty box a value?
The bracket, curly bracket?
No, it's when you call the function, like you are in line 18. So when you call the function, that's the way you can give that empty box a value. And so the way you do that is you put it inside the parentheses.
Oh, so in here?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to write the actual parameter, which is this one?
No.
So it's like in the first exercise that we did?
Exactly.
So she has to write the number 137?
Exactly, yep. So dollar value up there on line 1, written in yellow, that's the equivalent of writing in marker on a box dollar value. It's just like a title, a label.
Mm-hmm.
And so
is the line 18 is the same as line 1.
Pretty,
right?
You can think of it. It's connected, exactly. Yeah. And so on line 1, dollar value is just the title of a box. And on line 18, the 137, you're putting something inside of that box. You're putting a value for that parameter up there.
Okay.
And so now in your mind, what your mind should do is go to line 1 and instead of dollar value, highlight dollar value and delete it and put 137. So your 137 from line 18 changes and goes to line 1. And now on line 2, instead of dollar value, delete that and put 137. So that's what happens when you call line 18 and you put 137, it goes shoot. It goes to line 1, it changes to 137, and that 137 gets passed down to line 2. Okay. Now undo that twice so the dollar value thing is back. So that's what your mind should do. Like visually, you should like think, okay, here's what's going on. Nice. And so, right, we said a function is like a recipe. Take 2 cups of water, boil it, and blah, blah, blah. So the instructions is on line 2 for that function. Take the dollar value, whatever, which can change. It's a placeholder. It's a box. In that box, you can put something different in it each time you do it. So whatever is put inside the box called dollar value, we're going to multiply it by 0.89. You see, that's the function. Well, you don't need to put it there. It's doing it on line 2.
Oh, so I think that's right. Okay.
So just by doing line 18, it ignites the function up there on line 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And so let's just look at this. So can you highlight line 16 all the way to line 18 and do control/? No, not oh, I said it wrong. 16 to 8. That's what I meant.
Oh, up.
All right, now let's console log line 18 just so we can see what it did.
It would be.
Yeah, you got all that and put it in there. All right, let's run it and look at the console. I gotta zoom out now. Or I can just move here.
Should be called euro to yen and dollar.
This is undefined.
I think that we have to write let at the beginning.
Can you? I don't want to fight with this learn pack thing. Let me see something really quick. All right. So let $2 euro equal $, and then we're going to say return 0.89, and then console.log. Let me see if it works on mine. I'll just like share my screen so we don't have to. 137, and then I'm gonna run it. Yeah, so it works for mine. So let me just share my screen real quick. Entire screen to share. Okay. So yeah, you see it down there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 21.
So if we change this number, if I say 50, for example, and I run it, it's a different number because now it took 50 and it put it here. What the heck? 50, and now it's changing this to 50. And so it does that math and it gives me that number.
But this is in euro, right? This would be in euro?
Yes, because it's $2 euro. So that's how many euro is in that, yeah.
So for it would, so if we was doing yen, it would be instead of dollar to euro, it would be euro to yen. Basically.
Right. Yeah, you wanna share your screen, Jackie, and see if we can do the next part? You can skip ahead to this one we're doing.
Yes.
So in the example, it's not. It's just skip it because it keeps saying it's still wrong.
Yeah, don't worry about that for now. Okay. So now All right, so we did dollar to euro 137. So explain to me what's happening on line 9. You said let euros equals, and what is all that?
Okay. We have to call. When you use let, you said call.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to call to the euros because we only have the function dollar to euro, and we have dollars, so we have to call first euro to convert the dollars to euro, and then when we have the amount in euro, we can call the function euro to yen, and then I think that only print the yen.
Right. Yeah. So what
I
made
don't
you
know
say let euros equals? Why did you put that?
why I did put this,
Yeah, let euros equals.
because we want to convert the dollar to euro.
Okay. And so why is on line 10 you have euros in blue? Why did you put euros in blue in that parenthesis?
Because it's supposed that this zeros is this zero, and has I think that in the function in the script this will work like then this number will be converted in euros calling this here.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Right, because if you
So
think
this
about it,
zero, this word belongs to this font, to this string, or how do you say it?
uh
Function
the
string,
variable.
to this variable,
Right.
this one. And
Exactly.
then I asked to the console print gen because uh, we expect the value in yen. So it's supposed that these euros will be converted in yen.
Right. Yeah, and so if you think about it, when we console logged with Shailene, when you console log dollar to euro parenthesis 137, what did we get?
Mhm.
Or I did it, I guess I shared my screen. But it was a number, right?
Yeah, 120 something.
Uh-huh. So that number will get saved in the euros variable. So what would you say it was?
Well, I don't know if I am understanding well, but I try to figure out that this dollar to euro is this one, and
Yeah.
this parenthesis is this, and they're asking me the value, the dollar value that I have in the problem. So
Yeah.
the dollar value is 137, and then I don't have this value, but I know that they ask me this euros because the function only convert euro to yen.
Yeah, so let's do this. Let's kind of like hard code this so we can understand. So we take the number 137 on line 9. So where does that number go to after? Point it with your mouse. Like you put it there in line 9, and then where does it go next?
I don't get it. I don't understand the question.
Like 137, you put it on
Yeah.
line 9.
Yes.
Where does it send it to? Where does it go next? That 137.
This number will be converted in this num in this in euros.
It will, but what I mean is where does it get sent to specifically? Like line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4? Uh,
Line 2.
okay, where in line 2? What in line 2?
The dollar value.
The dollar value, yeah.
Exactly. More specifically, I would say line 1, you know?
Mhm.
So can you on line 1, can you to the right of dollar value, can you put like a caret?
Here?
Like, you know, like when you do a div, that caret thing?
Like a div?
Yeah, but don't put the div, just the triangle thing.
The little less than
This one?
sign.
Yeah, and put 137.
137.
Yep. And now close it with another triangle. Cool. So that 137 on line 9 goes up to line 1. And then that goes to line 2, like Shalene was saying. So put that on line 2 as well, after dollar value. It goes there and then goes there. So now this is simple math on line 2. 137 times 0.89, which is 121.9. So on line 2, all the way to the right, can you say equals 121.9?
Hundred?
121.9. Cool. All right. Nice. So that means, so the return, line 2, it returns this math equation. The final number is 121.9. So now on line 9, where can we put another caret thing? 121.9, where is that being saved? What specific part of line 9?
At the end?
Not at the end. I wouldn't
Next
say
to euros.
Next to euros. Yeah.
This part?
Euros.
Euros. Do like the triangle thing right next to the word euros.
Okay, okay.
Cool. And now on line 10, where can we put 121.9? Another caret thing. Right. So now, euro to yen, we're sending it a number, 121.9. You know, but the way we're doing it is through a variable. Like Jackie was saying earlier, the number 121.9 is attached to the word euros because we said let euros, it's a variable.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And so now where does 121.9 go to? Because of line 10. Where can we put a new caret thing?
We have to do the same here in euro to yen.
Eventually, but before that, where would it go?
Before this?
Yeah, that's where we're starting. But like, look at what we did on line 1 and 2 and use that as information. So that's an example, line 1 and 2.
Okay.
So cool. So now, again, my question is line 10, we put 121.9. Now, where does that go to? Where can we put the new caret thing?
Here, next to euro?
After yen. In the console.
No.
Oh, no. Well, next to, sorry, number 10 in, oh, no, it wouldn't actually. Maybe Jackie was right.
We have to write again this, but you are asking in where of the line 10?
Yeah.
Not on line 10, no. A different line.
Oh. Well, I think in the 11.
Somewhere there.
Not 11, no. So 121.9 on line 10, what is that connected to?
This
Let's
is connected to euro value.
There you go. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, put the caret there. 121.9. And what made you realize that? What on line 10 gave you that information, Jackie? That
because this is the value of the euro. The euro. No.
But how do you know that? How do you know it's the euro value? What on line 10 told you that?
Well, what? How do I know? Because we with this 10 with this line number 10, we will to convert the euro to yen. So we have the value of the euro. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, I want something specific here. I mean, let's break it down one by one. So the first thing on line 10 is the word let, all the way on the left, right? The word let. That doesn't tell us anything, obviously.
Do I need to raise?
No, no, no. I'm
Oh,
I'm I'm trying to find. I want you guys to discover what is a specific thing on line 10
okay.
that should tell you 121.9 went to euro value on line 4.
Okay. Because this is the function to yen.
That's what I want. Yes. If you look at it, it says right there euro to yen. So can you
Mhm.
highlight euro to yen on line 10? And so that's the name of the function on line 4, right? And we're
Yes.
calling it. And how do you call the function? You put the name and what?
Parentheses.
Parentheses. So highlight the parentheses too. Go ahead and highlight that on line 10. Euro to yen and the parentheses. Okay, so this whole thing you're highlighting is us calling it. So what do we see inside the parentheses? It's the euros and the number
Yes.
121.9.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
this function is
mhm,
this that is this all this is the same as this euro to yen and this.
exactly.
And then if we call this, it will return the euro value converted as yen, right?
Exactly, yeah. So remember, yeah, so we always know that's what we're trying to build awareness of, that we're getting started here with JavaScript. When you see when you see a function being called, such as line 10, right away what your mind should do is you should look, where is this function? Where is it being defined? So, okay, on line 4, that's where euro to yen is defined, and you see it has a parameter called euro value. That's a placeholder. It's an empty box with nothing inside it unless you give it. And how do you give it? When you call the function, you put a number inside the parentheses and it passes it upstairs.
Okay.
Um,
And
nice.
then it's okay only with console log gen, right?
Yeah, yeah. So just I'm gonna get there. So now we put the ticket on line 4. So now where else on line 5? Where do we put the new caret for the number 121.9?
Here.
Yeah, put the thing there. Okay, so 121.9 times 124.15. I'm gonna do that. And that equals, so put an equal sign all the way to the right. 15133. Okay, so that's simple math again. 121.9 times 124.15 equals that number. So now, where can we put a ticket for that number, 15133? Where is that being saved?
I think that we have to write it here in yen.
Yeah, but I would put it on line 10. first.
Here next to Jen?
Yeah.
What, but if we write it here, is already converted.
Yeah, and now that's why when you console log in, it's the final answer 15133 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, does that make sense?
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. We start building the awareness, So that's what your mind should do. Like, I asked you guys to put the two triangles and the numbers. So eventually, your mind should be able to do this on your own. Like, okay, I get it. I'm calling the function down here. That means that number goes up there, and etc. Make that connections like that. Yeah. It's certainly not, intuitive. It's like you have to look at it and be like, wait a minute, what just happened? It's like something to get used to for sure.
I have a basic question.
Hmm.
Very basic. That make me feel confused sometimes. When I write let, is that I am doing a variable?
Yeah.
That's the way that we say it?
Yes.
Okay. And when I want to call to a function, I have to write it between brackets, right?
Parentheses, I think you mean.
Sorry, parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. Cool. Great. You want to share your screen now, Shailene, and we can do the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got. You have some string concatenation and return. You have to do some string concatenation and return that string. Console log. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we talked about that number thing, right? So that's with one parameter, but you can have more than one parameter as long as it's in the same order. It will follow it. So
I will have to write the function and what's in the body, right?
yeah.
Person equals, okay, would it be this?
You have to put parentheses.
All right, because it's a string. So, what is
Well,
it?
first of all, let's remember a simple function. What's the structure of a function? Because we were getting away from that a little now. Like, forget about the parameters for a moment and just like, how would you make a function that simply console logs hello, for example?
You would write one outcome.
We can get rid of the quotes. So you can put the word function, the name of the function, which you're calling render person because that's what they gave you, and then you can put parentheses. And then you put the curly brackets outside of the parentheses. Okay, and hit enter inside of there. And let's test it. Do See, that's why I don't like this thing. But inside of online 2, put console log and then in quotes hello.
Oops.
Okay. And let's see if that shows up. Can we run it? Not the test, but yeah, try again.
Where is it?
See, I don't like this crap.
Oh, all the way down here.
Oh, it's all there. Okay, good. So it worked. Great. So now we got the structure of a function. So now the next step is to get these parameters. So we can look at the line 8. So how many parameters are they setting us up with?
5.
Okay. So where do parameters go on the function where you're defining it?
Usually here.
Good.
So it wouldn't be those exact things, obviously. It'll be the labels for those things.
Perfect. Yep.
How would you do the color?
How you do what?
You see how it says green? I'm assuming that's what his eye color is. How would you write that as a parameter? Eye?
You can label it whatever you want.
Okay. 23 age.
Cool. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
And now now let's test it. Like console log one of the and I like to do a tag. Because you know how you're like searching in the terminal saying where is the thing I console log? So a tag can help with that. So on line 2, you can say which one of those parameters you want to test. Go ahead and choose one of them.
Birthday.
Cool. So type birthday in quotes. And then and actually put B day for short. Just so it's something different. It would work either way, but just so it's easy for us to. All right, and then go to the right once. And then you put a comma. And now put the name of the parameter that you defined on line 1 for the birthday. Cool. Now run it again. You might have to copy the code, right? No, it'll work. Okay. All right. So scroll down, I guess, in the terminal. Oh, yeah. It might make you do it again. Copy all your code just in case so you don't have to do it all over.
This is what happened yesterday. It froze and then it never opened up back. How would you?
Unpack start.
But why is it not showing? Okay, I guess we can do it like that.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes it doesn't stay in the same thing.
What was the question you had? You said to run it, right?
Run it, yeah.
It was successful birthday, 2283.
B day. So you see how it's so easy to know where your console log is because you tagged it with B day. Anyways, cool. So we see that's working. Great. And yeah, I think that's a good way to approach things. Like start simple. Like make a function that console logs hello just to see if you're doing that right. and then console log only one of the parameters, in a simple way.
Right.
Anyway, cool. So maybe Jackie, you can share your screen and we can get the next part going.
Okay.
All right, cool. So now, what do they want us to the sentence to be?
Bob is a
Bob
20-year-old man.
is a
I mean,
year.
male.
All right, let's copy that whole thing. And paste it on line 4. Just to have a reference. And now can you close the file? There, good. And close the instructions now, because now we know what we need to do. All right, and I would comment that, like, highlight line 4 and do oh, your keyboard is different though. You know how to comment? Usually it's control slash.
Well, do you want that I comment?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that. This slash.
You have a Mac?
No.
It says in Spanish, I think.
It will be control slash, no? Or command?
Yeah. Control is slash. No.
Because it's, well, let me
You gotta
see.
highlight it.
Let me see. Where is the slash at? Yeah.
It should be next. Go ahead.
Control.
Sorry?
It should be a control / slash. It's next to your shift button, but where your arrows are at.
But I think
control / slash.
Control shift?
Yeah, control / slash.
Oops. Oops.
I think your keyboard's in Spanish, right, Jackie?
Yes.
So that's probably, for me, the 7. If you do for my Spanish keyboard, let me see if it works. So if I do shift 7 to slash, so if I highlight this and I do, no. Never mind. Well, we'll just keep it there. It's okay. We'll have to look that up later. But yeah, so let's make a new line so we can type. Yeah. So I'd like to teach you guys a different way to do this, because we could do name. So let's. I don't want to finish the whole thing. So I want to show you a cooler way to do it. But how would we do this? To make a sentence that says Bob is 23 years old. How would you start that? Using the parameters, of course.
Okay. It's like a name. Name.
Make it plus on each side.
Get rid of the quote thing, the 2 slashes.
Is a birthday. Sorry?
Get rid of the quotes. Like line 5, the 2 slashes.
Oh. Okay. Quotes?
Put the plus sign.
Okay. Name.
Yeah, get rid of the quotes. Get rid of the quotes and put the plus sign in front of name. One in the front too as well. And get rid of the quotes.
So I have to put the plus between the quotes?
No. Get rid of the quotes and put a plus sign in front, and then space, and then name, and
Oh
then
yeah.
space, and then plus.
Okay.
And then you want to put is a in quotation marks.
Okay.
Okay. So get rid of
And
the
then
two
plus
slashes on line
birthday.
5. The 2 slashes on line 5.
What? I
Get
didn't
rid of the
hear
first
what.
2 slashes on line 5.
So I
So the
have
first 2.
to erase it.
No. Get rid of those 2, and then put a plus right there.
So I think now
Plus.
on line 4, no. So I'll remember this. Bob is a 23-year-old male. Okay, so get rid of the 2 slashes and delete everything on line 4.
Delete everything in the line 4.
Yeah.
Line 4. Okay.
Okay. Get rid of the 2 slashes on line 5.
Could you repeat it, please?
Get rid of the 2 slashes on line 5.
Get what? I don't understand. Do you need that I erase it or what?
So get rid of is the same thing as
Get.
saying to delete. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So doing it like this, you're getting the parameter from line 3, name, right?
Okay.
And similar to,
Do I
remember we're doing the...
do I copy what Drew write?
No.
Okay.
Because I want to talk through it step by step. So yeah, name. Remember, so we start with Bob on line 9. So remember how we did the carrots before, the 2 triangles?
Yes.
So let's do that now. So we start with line 9, Bob. Where do we put the new caret for Bob?
In the line 9?
Yeah.
Here? In Bob?
Right. So now, where can we put the new triangles?
So
Where does it go?
So here is name?
No. Remember with the other exercise, dollar to yen?
Yes.
The number was on the bottom, and then we put the triangles up top somewhere, up and higher up.
Okay.
So where would we put the triangle for Bob?
In name.
Good. Go ahead and put it there. Or don't put it there, but we understand that now name is going to be Bob.
Yes.
And that name goes down to line 5.
Yeah.
So now it's going to say Bob is a, etc.
Okay.
And so we can make the sentence, Bob is a, what was it, male, whatever. And we make the sentence that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bob is a 23-year-old male. So let's try to finish a small part of that. On line 5, what more do you need to add? Bob is a 23.
So the birthday.
Not the birthday, because what is the birthday? Look at line 9.
Oh, the age.
Exactly. Cool. And so
then plus years old.
Yeah.
Years old?
Exactly, right?
Yeah, but you have to space it between the plus and the quote.
So
Sorry.
let me show you a different way to do that. So you could finish it, but
Yeah.
We're out of time though. We'll follow up with that. I'm gonna close the breakout rooms. But yeah, so it makes sense, right? You can finish this, and it makes sense, the concatenation.
Yes.
And we're practicing the functions and parameters. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you can stop sharing your screen for now, Jackie. We're gonna close the class out. All right, people. So all the how was it going over there, Carlos and Christian, Gabriel? How far did you guys get?
First step only.
Yeah, we did a dynamic the first step.
Okay, sweet. Great. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it provided a nice substance of things to work on. Cool. How about folks working independently with the JavaScript functions? No one asked any questions, so everything's going smoothly. Things are adding up little by little.
Yeah, just taking it a piece at a time.
That sounds good. All right, great. Any other comments or questions from everybody?
No, not for now.
Cool. All right, then. Well, let me take another glance at what we got going on. So on Friday, we're going to spend some class time working on the project. So we might spend a little time reviewing things. So I would say before next class, for sure, work on finishing that practice JavaScript functionals tutorial. Make sure you're very comfortable with arrays. Was there anything with arrays in that one? Doesn't seem like it.
The domain name, which is the next project after this one.
No, I mean in the practice stuff they have to do.
Oh, in the practice,
JavaScript beginner tutorial or
you guys are doing the one that is 25 exercises, because there's one that has like 100, and I'm pretty sure that one has like array practice as well.
I wonder. Oh, what is an array? That's weird. They're introducing arrays after the excuse generator. That's the way it looks like.
Not sure about the order. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we use them in the domain name generator. Yep.
Yeah, definitely use arrays.
For sure. So yeah, I would say at least that makes sense about the loops comes later on. So yeah, get comfortable with the functions, finish those JavaScript tutorials, the JavaScript beginner tutorial and the JavaScript functions tutorial. And if you feel comfortable, you can get started on the excuse generator JavaScript project. Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah, so Thursday is global mentoring, 6 to 9. You can book one-on-one mentoring. Yeah, we can take it from there. So thank you all for your time, and I'll see you guys Friday.
Righty.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
See you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Call is being